Hello everyone, I'm Brian, and today I'm going to be doing a trailer reaction to Parallax, official trailer 2020. It's a sci-fi movie. I don't know much about it. It looks interesting. This is supposedly the cover. I'm hoping I got the right one. So I don't know anything about this, so let's go ahead and look at the trailer. I do like sci-fi.
How many days does it take to open your eyes?
Dang. Unless you're in a coma, just a few hours really.
How much time has to pass to feel as if you've forgotten who you are?
That's actually an interesting question.
Between you and who you used to be is perpetual, fluid-like in nature. Pleasures and distastes only fade with time, melting into the surreal persona of who you think you are, instead of who you actually are. The boundaries of my world are endless. A fluid form constantly evolving, changing to its environment. I am fear. I am panic.
I thought it was like... I'll explain it later. Very neat.
She looks at me like she doesn't even know who I am anymore.
If you refuse to take part in the dream, you wake up.
Lucas, leave me alone!
Lucas, do not run! A cold sweat. That chill. A reminder that what you just lived isn't real. There's no sweat. Caleb, please! No chill. Just more of the same. You ready? I can't wake up.
As ready as I can be, for whatever this is.
Maybe this isn't a dream.
Okay. So... okay, let's go over the trailer, but I'll explain why I was kind of laughing at that one point. So when you watch things, when you stream things, you don't generally get the best quality, generally speaking. And sometimes your screen or the frames don't match up, so you get those little glitches, like screen tearing. And sometimes because of your monitor or whatever, sometimes you get after images. Sometimes if it doesn't refresh fast enough and you see it, and for some odd reason that little blue picture around it was around this area. Was kind of given that little effect. I kind of laughed at that, but I noticed that at the very beginning. But it's just like I get it, but for some reason that one just did that for me. Anyway, so let's go over the trailer here. It's actually quite interesting. So I I've heard parallax a few times, but I've never really looked at the definition of it. So that's gonna be quite interesting. Definitely going to look it up afterwards, but not right now. So. Actually, I kind of want to hear a few of her statements that she made.
How many days does it take to open your eyes?
That's very interesting. Like, why is she asking that question? I mean, if you're in a coma, obviously it's going to be a long while. But if you're just sleeping, it's not going to be days necessarily to open your eyes. Then she says...
How much time has to pass to feel as if you've forgotten who you are?
Okay, so how much time has to pass to feel like you've forgotten who you are? To feel like you've forgotten who you are. I didn't get, I missed the feel part, but just how many days has to pass in order to forget who you are? That's actually, I guess, that's supposedly an interesting question that deals with a lot of your environment as well. If you're not by yourself and you're talking to other people, people confirming of who you are, then you won't forget who you are. Then also if you're by yourself, then you could forget who you are significantly quicker because the only person affirming who you are is yourself. Just my thoughts on that one.
The shifting between you and who you used to be is perpetual.
Shifting to who you used to be. I'm not sure. Like, I mean, there's a famous saying, not necessarily a famous saying, there's a saying that I've heard a long time ago that we have many different personalities or many different us's. So basically, I am not just one person, I am multiple people. And the meaning of that's the fact that who I am right now on YouTube is who I am. But when I go talk to my mother or my friends or my coworkers, I am different people, even though I'm all the same person. And then, yeah, and then there's people who lie to people, who are truthful to people, and even though they're the same person, that they say truth in one and liar to another, they're still the same person.
Pleasures and distastes only fade with time.
I mean, that's true. Everything essentially fades or heals in time.
Melting into the surreal persona of who you think you are, instead of who you actually are.
So this is kind of a trailer that I can't just like cut through scenes because it's a little deeper, I suppose. Interesting at the very least from what I'm gathering from this. So who you think you are, who you actually are, I think I would assume they're one and the same person. I mean, if you think you are one thing, that's who you become. And who you actually are, it's never one or the other necessarily. It could be both.
World are endless.
So right here's the first time you see the glitching. But wait. What's the rest of? No, she's the only one that's glitching. The rest of the world is not.
Constantly evolving.
She's glitching again.
Changing to its
So this one thing I noticed, like, why is there this red line here? Is that just like a glitch or a mistake in the process of making it? You know, printing it out. Sometimes if you expose it to a light, you know, it's gonna mess up the picture, depending on how it's made, obviously. But then we see is it the entire picture or in her hands, or it's just a picture that's glitching?
changing to its environment.
It's hard to tell. I couldn't tell if it's just a picture or including her hands. It looks like it was just a picture. Right here is why I was kind of laughing. It's like, oh look, it's messing up. I mean, everything's messing up, but it's kind of interesting. It's kind of like the Matrix kind of story as well, where, you know, makes it seem like she's living in well, obviously a computer world. We did see a blue screen of death from Windows, so clearly she's living in Windows 2220 or something like that.
I am delusion.
They promised they so, and Windows has been shut down to prevent damage from a computer. First time you've seen this error, restart your computer. If the screen is programmed, file exception, make sure the hardware and software is properly installed. If the new installation answers, continue to disable or remove any new install, technical information, address, stamp, beginning done for the contact your server or technical support. So everything looks, I mean, it doesn't quite look like the actual error screen, but the wording is pretty similar to it. Although I'm not sure about this though. The technical information, the gv3.sys address, base at, and date stamp, and then system figtree.exe, figtree, groups, free structure, group info blocks 0 does not equal group info small block. Int I for I equals 0, I less than group info. Okay, I gotcha. I was wondering why there's a dash greater than symbol. Usually you do comparative things, but then you go not equal. So you're comparing this is the actual name of the array, and then you're saying if it does not equal this array. I plus plus free page unassigned long group info blocks I k free group underscore info. I equals 0. I's less than, well, that could be a kind of a 0. So if this program was, say, if the group info blocks only has 0 things in the array, it will automatically stop. It will not do this process at all. If there's 1, it will do it one time. No, not even if it's 1, it won't do it even once, because 1 is not less than 1, 1 equals 1. So there has to be 2 things in this block for it to process this group right here, at the very least, 2 things. And it will run it through it once. Group free, export group, user, space, array, static and group use to user. So don't know if there's anything significant of this. I'm sure there might be. I'm just not picking up, but I kind of understand what it's trying to do. I mean, I understand the process. I just don't know what these things do exactly. I'm sure someone can overanalyze that better than I can. So we, oh my gosh.
Part in the dream you wake up.
Lucas, leave me alone!
Just leave me alone, and he runs. And he's bleeding out his nostrils too. Looks like all of them are. And well, she with her mouth. Although it was kind of weird, like it didn't really have very much.
There's no sweat. Michaela, please!
Okay, it was very it was very sticky. You can kind of see the blood kind of sticking and sticky. So is this them pulling like the Matrix? Looks like a whole bunch of copper wires as well. And I guess that's the start button, and then the trailer ends. Parallax. So the trailer does look quite interesting. I am definitely into sci-fi, especially like horror sci-fi, like Aliens and Predators and Prometheus and all that. And I mean, you know, what's that one movie with blue people? Avatar. It was okay. I mean, it was enjoyable for sure. So this one looks interesting. I guess it's another take in terms of, well, at least to me, it seems like another type of Matrix where, you know, we think we live in an actual world, but maybe we're plugged into something. Maybe we're living a simulation. Maybe we are simulations. You know, maybe we are not real, and the world itself is created, and we're all a simulation. And that's the different takes on that's really interesting. So I mean, I don't know, like I don't know if I don't know if I've seen very many Matrix-like movies besides The Matrix. So this is going to be a different take, and it's going to be very interesting. And I want to see other Matrix-like movies because it's quite interesting to see what potential things in life we could potentially be living in. Like I guess actually, what is it, Men in Black has another one kind of like it where I think in Men in Black 1 or 2, I can't remember which one, there's a little tiny marble, I think it's the first one actually, there's a marble that actually contains a universe, and inside that universe is a universe. Well, I mean, inside that marble is a universe, which I'm assuming living organisms are living in it. And then and then I think they zoomed out to where our world is inside of another world where they're just observing us, I believe. So it's just not very many movies out there like that, but it's just interesting to see what their take is on it. Like, again, just their take on what our world might be like, or maybe how we're living in this Earth, and we could be literally 5 billion years into the future, and we're all plugged in the simulation just to see what's the best way to work things out, and we don't even know about it. And Soma is actually another pretty good game too. That's actually quite interesting, but in terms of humanity as opposed to simulation. Anyways, movie looks very interesting. Definitely something I want to check out. But alright, so if this movie was coming out in theaters over here, what would I rate this? I would give this probably a 3. I wouldn't mind watching this in the theaters. I wouldn't necessarily push for it. If someone were to ask me, hey, you want to go check out this movie, I probably would. It looks quite interesting. But home theater, I think I give it about a 3.5. It is interesting, but as far as the things that are out there, there are other things I'd much prefer to see first, but it's definitely something I do want to watch. Alright, what about you guys? What would you rate this? Would you give this a 5, a must watch, a 4, a will watch, a 3, a may watch, a 2, a may not watch, or a 1 won't watch? Let me know in the comments below and explain your reasoning why. If you like my content, please consider subscribing. Thumbs up, thumbs down below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next vid.